Welcome back to another adventure with members of the Florida Powerboat Club. This is Stu Jones, and we are in the middle of the Florida Panhandle this summer of 2018 for the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run, which is celebrating 20 years now that the Florida Powerboat Club has been here. It was the summer of 1999 when we first arrived here in this beautiful calm water playground with sandy beaches that stretch all the way from Pensacola to Panama City Beach. This event is brought to you by the Emerald Coast Tourist Development Council with grand prize sponsor Off Lease Only presenting us a 2018 Camaro as grand prize, and our local Emerald Coast Harley-Davidson dealer who is presenting first place a brand new Harley-Davidson 750 Street, with altogether a total of 7 organizations on our beneficiary list. The Emerald Coast Powerboat Week is a 5-day format, and for the early birds that arrive into town on Wednesday, right here at Emerald Grande and Harborwalk Village, we're staging on Wednesday night the traditional Trucks and Boats Parade, which is a Mardi Gras format. We're going to load up these boats with fun-loving people and thousands of beads as we cruise through Harborwalk Village and throw out the beads to all of our spectators. Special thanks to Greg Featherston, head of security here at Emerald Grande, and all of his staff for helping us stage this event, because clearly these boats with their trucks pulling them take up a lot of real estate, and it doesn't take long once you get 10 or 12 boats entered into the parade. It's hard to find a place to park them all, and we were able to do just that with all of the coordination from the Emerald Grande security staff. We parked everything right out behind Coyote Ugly, got everything in place for the evening as all the boats rolled into town. This is a great way to kick off Emerald Coast Powerboat Week, and for those of you who haven't done it before, we urge you to try to get in town a little bit earlier so you can take part in this fun parade and be here to get things started on Thursday morning with our first boating event, our fun run, which goes to legendary Marina in Destin. Of course, I don't have to remind anybody what a great venue this is. Emerald Grande here with its luxurious accommodations, condos that range from 2-bedroom all the way up to 4-bedroom, with all overlooking Destin's East Pass, Crab Island, and of course the Highway 98 bridge. But the great thing is having Harborwalk Village, which is a fantastic entertainment complex right here on your doorstep. It was certainly an appropriate coming out party for the brand new Florida Powerboat Club Project 1080 HP cigarette, sponsored by Mercury Racing. We had just completed the paint on the boat, got the graphics put on, and got the trailer tuned and ready. Pulled it 650 miles from Pompano Beach to be here in this parade, which is just kicking off here as we look down Harborwalk Village now. And you can see the spectators are starting to gather up. We're actually at the west end of the course. There's that brand new off-lease only 2018 Camaro that they donated, a $25,000 value, and that's going to go to the grand prize winner of the poker run. Let's welcome our first team. This is David and Lisa Spear from Texas and Team Distant Thunder. It's a 40-foot MTI with Mercury Racing 1350s. They've got all their crew on board, and they're throwing those beads out all over the place. And let's welcome George and Ann Ariano from Ocala, Florida. They had a brand new DCB 35. Of course, we don't see George because he's driving the truck, but he had all this fun crew on board throwing out the beads. FPC girls Andrea and Kayla there on the bow of this 44-foot Mystic, David Landsman's new catamaran. First time we've seen this boat on a Florida Powerboat Club event. He hauled the boat all the way from Maryland to be here on the run. Twin ladies is Steve and Kelly Marino from Alabama, a brand new 35 DCB powered by Mercury Racing 1100s. And for Jim and Lynn Archambault from Georgia, who are veterans of this poker run, it was the first time we laid eyes on this brand new SV43 Outer Limits, powered by Ilmore 725s. And here's another team who have been longtime supporters of this event, John and Tracy Saucier from Louisiana. Team Flirtatious is a 36-foot Baja, and I do want to thank them. Tracy stepped up and became a sponsor of the event with her travel agency, Go On Vacation. I had a fun time riding with John and Tracy about a year earlier when I joined them on the Biloxi Smokin' the Sound poker run. And to show you that it's a trucks and boats parade, we let Tim Brooks bring just his Freightliner in. Team Go Sea had the 38 Power Quest already in the water. And here's a great angle from the cab of the truck looking backwards as Sandy stands beside that Mercury Racing 540 handing out beads. There's Marissa and Whitney on the forward deck of the Project 1080. What a way to bring Project 1080 out to the public for its very first time. What a show this was. And I can't think of a better way to launch the Project 1080 than to be a part of this exciting Trucks and Boats parade with the lovely FPC girls on board to join us. And what a great way to start the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week here in the summer of 2018. But I know that everybody wants to get out and go boating, so Thursday morning, that is the number one thing on our agenda. But you got to get the boat in the water first, and there's no better facility than the Emerald Coast Convention Center with this huge parking lot that we rent from the county, as well as the Marler Park ramp, which is right there in the background. So basically, you get your boat in the water, you drive your trailer about 50 or 100 yards, park it safely in our lot, which is secure. There's the grand prize, 2018 off-lease only Camaro, and we're going to be giving that car away. And there's no question you're going to see some of the coolest offshore powerboats in the country rolling into this event, beginning with Steve and Kelly Marino's Twin Ladies, this 35 DCB powered by Mercury Racing 1100s. And thanks to DCB for becoming one of our feature sponsors. Well, 3 outboards used to be a lot, but 4 outboards is the new norm. Those are Mercury Racing Verados, and this is the brand new Blackwater 43, which made its way up here to the Emerald Coast. It's first time in the water, and we do want to thank Blackwater and its sister company, Deep Impact, for being regular sponsors here with the Florida Powerboat Club. And I want to thank them for making the 650-mile trip all the way from Miami right here to Fort Walton Beach so they could be a part of this big, exciting summer blockbuster, 2018 Emerald Coast Powerboat Week. And for those of you who are seeing this drone video and looking down at the lay of the land, you'll see that the people, the engineers that designed this, didn't exactly have offshore powerboats in mind. They didn't quite make that turn as user-friendly as they could. But once you do get the truck straightened out, it's straight in, as Don House is doing right now with his 36-foot cigarette Gladiator. Don also is a veteran of this event. He comes back year after year. And what I can tell any of our participants, especially as we go forward, that arriving earlier to do the parade and then being in the water on Thursday is really a smart idea if you don't like to have crowded boat ramps. You can see there's just 2 or 3 guys going in the water right now. There's not a big, long lineup. Everyone is being patient, and it's really working out well for everybody. Altogether, 3 locations where you can put the boats in here, and it seemed to be working really well as everybody arrived and got their boats in safely. And remember that it's only about 100 yards away to park the truck and trailer, and we have running water, fresh water, in all 4 corners of that lot. So to rinse the boat off, to rinse the trailer off with fresh water, it can be done immediately, and there's also people there to help you. So we've really got this thing wired, and we're trying to do the best we can for you guys so that you can be in here, in the water, park the truck, and be out on your boat and having fun. And I also like to mention what a wide variety of boats that we see here on this event every year. Obviously, it has been fountain territory from day one. On this roster of about 100 boats, I think we have 8 or 9 fountains registered. There's a 33 Scarab going in on the left and a 29 Formula on the dock. So just to point out that this event is primarily a calm water venue. It takes place on all the protected waters. You really don't have to go out into the Gulf of Mexico at all, not once. So you can do the entire course on these protected bay waters and intracoastal. And I would recommend that anybody with a 25 to 28 foot boat, single engine is fine, is pretty much entry level for this event. And there are really no limitations when it comes to the big power boats either, because I know a lot of you guys that own big cats like to have the calm water so you can really open things up. And that's what's great about this course, because there are so many sections of this course where you really have a lot of open water, and you can really run the boat and not be around other boaters, and that's really what is great about the Emerald Coast Powerboat Poker Run. Now here's a nice shot of legendary Marina, which is obviously a landmark marina we all know about in Destin here. And this would be the alternative to launching the boat at the ramp yourself and parking your truck and trailer in our lot. For those who want to have more of that white glove service, this is certainly the way to go, and I know some of you guys like that. There's Kenny Armstrong and his 48-foot MTI Phantom. There's Don Lightfoot's 52-foot Nortec Roadster. So you can see there's some pretty high-dollar machines here, and this is what Legendary Marina is set up for. They're designed to be able to welcome you, take the boat off the trailer with straps, gingerly, put it in the water, rinse your trailer off, or put your trailer away after being on the road for several hours, and you pretty much know that you can use this facility for the entire weekend, and that includes docking your boat here overnight. If you want to take the boat back out of the water for any reason, they have the forklift to do that, and they'll put you on a work rack and you're all set. So that's the white glove service that you're going to get here at Legendary Marina. Now what they have here that's new, which I really liked, and that's the reason that we made this our fun run destination here on this Thursday, is that the new Lulus opened up, and that is the Lulus that was made famous by the Orange Beach, Alabama location. And it's really, it's a Jimmy Buffett family. Lulu is Jimmy's sister, and we're going to get to it here shortly, but the restaurant was fantastic, and the staff here at Legendary really went out of their way to provide us with as much of the landing docks here, like their long floating dock sections, with staff to make sure that we got tied up safely and we had plenty of room for all the boats. Of course, not everybody is in town yet, so the fun run was probably attended by maybe 25 or 30 boats. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more boats in the water for the Friday fun run, which will go westbound down to Juana's in Navarre. And here are some nice shots of inside Lulu's, the new addition to the Emerald Coast waterfront dining experience for boaters. And I think this was a great addition here to Legendary Marina because obviously it's a first-class dining facility, but it's huge. So you can have a big party here. Not a problem bringing a couple of hundred people here for lunch on any given occasion. So I think that we would all agree that this was a great location for our Thursday fun run lunch. And for those very lucky few of us that were hanging out with George Ariano, he happens to be a member of the Legendary Yacht Club, which has private facilities, including the pool. So George gave us access to this area for a photo shoot with our lovely ladies, and we had Andrea and Sandy here poolside, getting some shots here with their cool matching bikinis. And I want to thank Miss Kayla Campbell for organizing all the lovely ladies. Obviously, later tonight, we're going to have the highlights of the Miss Powerboat Week contest. So thanks to our lovely ladies, and thanks to all of our Powerboat Club members for joining us on a fun way to celebrate Thursday, our first day of boating here on the Emerald Coast. And just a few hours later, as we kicked off our evening celebrations here at Harborwalk Village, this Thursday night festivity here with the air show is a weekly attraction, and this is why Harborwalk Village attracts so many visitors every day throughout the summer, because they just have such ongoing great entertainment. Of course, just visiting Harborwalk Village to go to some of the great restaurants and clubs is really reason enough to come down here. And that's why we're here tonight now, Thursday evening at Crab Island Cantina. And this was a venue that I checked out the last time I was at Harborwalk Village. I like the fact that it was open air and looking right out onto the waterways, the Destin Harbor and the East Pass. But it's also a very large entertainment space with great dining. And the fact that it's right on the doorstep to the Emerald Grande really makes it ideal for all of our participants, because nobody really has to drive anywhere with this event. We designed this event so that you could do all of the evening activities without having to leave the property at all. So you can leave the truck parked, You don't have to Uber, you don't have to taxi or anything. And I know that these guys are right now are thinking that they've got a pretty good night ahead of them, because they're going to be the judges for the Miss Powerboat Week contest, which was organized by the lovely Kayla Campbell. She's one of our FPC girls who lives here locally, and because she's involved in the modeling scene, she's able to attract a lot of pretty ladies to join us. Of course, we had to import a few, like the beautiful Marissa Everhart, who was another one of our FPC girls and has joined us on some previous events. Nice to have Marissa back here. Altogether, we've got about 12 participants here in this contest tonight, and they're all going to come out in their high fashion outfits first before they do bikini. Let's say hi to beautiful Amber. She's one of our local girls. And I must comment on Kayla's selection, because she really found some beautiful ladies to join us for this event. And I think that really speaks to the quality of the production and the entertainment that we're going to provide here at this event. Here is beautiful Whitney Ray from South Florida. We brought her up with us, and she has attended many of the Florida Powerboat Club events before, including the Miami Boat Show Poker Run and the Key West Poker Run. And most of the girls here can be followed on Instagram. Let's say hi now to Jody, another one of our local models. We're meeting her for the very first time. And as I was saying earlier, all of the girls are on our Emerald Coast Powerboat Instagram page. So that's at Emerald Coast Powerboat. If you follow us on that page, you will see most of these models. There's beautiful Sarah. She's from Orange Beach, Alabama. She has a huge following on Instagram and does a lot of national bikini pageants all around the country. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing Sarah again, or Sarita as she is known on Instagram. This is Chanel. She's a local sport and fitness model. We met her last year at the Miss Boat Week contest in the 2017 edition. I think she should have won, but she didn't quite make it. And, but glad we could have her back, and I think she looked fantastic. Jennifer Lynn is another local model who we met last year at the Emerald Coast Boat Week contest, and we're glad that she could join us here for our contest on this Thursday night at Cantina. And keeping the blonde representation strong is Jordan from Panama City Beach. It's her first event with Florida Powerboat Club, and I'm certain that we'll have her back again soon. And, of course, back by popular demand, the lovely Rochelle Monet, a local model who joined us last year for the Emerald Coast Poker Run as one of our models in 2017, and we were happy to have her back. In fact, she joined us for the Key West 2017 Poker Run as well. And if you like them tall, this is the tallest model we have. This is Andrea, a beautiful blonde local model who came out to join us for the Miss Powerboat Week contest, and a very fun girl to be around. She's the one who we did the photo shoot with earlier in the day over at legendary Marina. And let's say hi to the lovely Brittany, her first time visiting with the Florida Powerboat Club, and her first time on this event, Miss Powerboat Week here at Crab Island Cantina. Now, Brittany, along with many of the models here tonight, are going to be taking part in the activities all weekend long. So not just here tonight, but throughout the weekend, you're going to be seeing a lot of the same ladies who are on the FPC Girl staff for the entire weekend. Of course, the bikini segment is the one that we're all waiting for. And just a quick look here at this amazing stage that they created for us here at Crab Island Cantina. It worked out really well for everyone. I think that the staff was just a little bit overwhelmed, as I believe that you guys are right now, looking at beautiful Marissa in her stars and stripes. But this is the part of the show that we all wait for. And I do want to say that being a judge is certainly a privilege, because you get to sit right on the front row. But it's also a lot of work, because the girls are being judged in 3 different categories, and they all take this very seriously. Most of these models are on a professional pageant circuit. They travel long ways to do these shows, and I made it a point of telling the judges to be extremely fair with your judging. They all paid a handsome donation to the charities to have that privilege, and I want to thank them for making the effort to really go out of their way and do some fair judging with all of the girls. It's a tough contest to judge, because the girls are all so beautiful. They all have a lot of poise and great personality, so I think that's a tough job to do. So thank you to all you guys who joined in for that. And let's continue the show by bringing the music up, and we'll let you guys at home be the judge here as we allow all of these beautiful ladies to walk out in their bikini segment of the show. And as we approach the final round, out came those beautiful sailor caps. By the way, thanks to Miss Kayla Campbell for coming up with this fabulous theme and securing all of the props. That's the sashes and the caps and the flowers and all the cool stuff that goes along with this great show. I think it was very professionally produced. We got a lot of compliments from everyone, and obviously the girls are here to please. Right now they're working their mojo with the judges because everyone wants to win that cash prize, which is $500. But I do want to remind all of our viewers that our format here is a little different. All of the models have been paid to make their appearance tonight. So whether you win or not, you still go home paid. And as I said earlier, at least 8 of the girls in this entire lineup are employed for the entire weekend with the Florida Powerboat Club as poker card checkpoint girls and party hosts. So it's kind of nice to see the girls here on stage, but no, you're going to see them riding around in a boat or maybe playing out your poker cards a couple of nights later at the Saturday night party. And our first runner-up is the lovely Sarah, who takes home a check from our sponsor, MCA, a mobile communications company, who provided a check for $250. And of course, she gets the lovely flowers and the prize sash. So she's not going home empty-handed tonight. And with all of the judges' scores tallied, our winner is Marissa Everhart, who came up from Hollywood, Florida, one of our new FPC girls. And I want to thank Marissa for putting on a great show and being a part of this event, traveling 650 miles to be here at this event for the week. And you can expect to see more of Marissa on Florida Powerboat Club events as she carries forward this coming year, 2018 and 2019. She will carry the Miss Powerboat Week crown. And you can expect to see her at the Key West Poker Run and a number of other FPC events along the way. It was a great evening of entertainment thanks to the lovely ladies who took part. Thanks to all of our Poker Run teams for coming out to support the event. And thanks to our sponsoring judges for making that extra donation to be a part of a fun evening. Harborwalk Village put on a wonderful show with the fireworks to conclude the evening, our second day of this festive Emerald Coast Powerboat Week. By Friday morning, there were more boats rolling into town, and that Marlar Park ramp was getting a lot of activity as they kept going into the water and parking their trailers at the nearby Emerald Coast Convention Center. Here's a great shot of that Nortec 477 SBX, Brad Hancock from Georgia. He's got crew chief Pete Waller taking care of this big beast. Looks like they're up and running and ready for a day of fun. And the high-speed fun is about to begin as we join Wes Harlow from Pensacola, Florida, in Team Booty Shaker, 38-foot Ocean Express catamaran, a total of 1,400 horsepower, and this is a boat that he just absolutely loves. He's come a long way from his 26-foot rinker that he had 5 years ago on his first Emerald Coast run. I had the pleasure of riding on this boat a year earlier right here on the Emerald Coast Poker Run. David Berg and his 43-foot Midnight Express Open, powered by 4 Mercury Verado 350s. A great power package for an awesome center console that's got a lot of room to bring all your friends and family. Shane and Amy Mulkey aren't far from home. They're from Louisiana. This is a 44-foot skater called Team Fast Money, powered by Mercury Racing 1350s. And look at those matching team shirts, identical to the graphics of the boat. These guys are contenders for the Best Dressed Team Award. And after making his big debut in the Wednesday night parade, this is David Landsman, trailered this 44-foot Mystic Cat all the way from Maryland to be here. Mercury Racing 700s, and what a great-looking cat. Plan on seeing a lot of the Mystic 42 center consoles on this event as well. And here's one of those 42 Mystic center consoles. Matt Garland and Kenny Schomp, and as a matter of fact, myself and the girls of FPC got on board to ride with them today, heading out to the west end of the course. Thanks, guys, for giving us a great ride. We had a lot of fun. This is going to be an appropriate segue as we close episode 1 with complete coverage of the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week here from Destin and Fort Walton, Florida, the 2018 edition. When we come back, we're going to have highlights of the Friday fun run going to Juana's in Navarre, and of course the AJ's Friday night kickoff party, AJ's Oyster Bar on Destin Harbor, where the boats will be on display, the underwater lights will be on, the stereos will be cranked, and live entertainment from the outside deck at AJ's. This is Stu Jones, and you're watching Florida Powerboat Club's Emerald Coast Powerboat Week, presented by Mercury Racing, with grand prize provided by Off Lease Only and first place provided by Emerald Coast Harley Davidson. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode with members of the Florida Powerboat Club.